Hiya, I'm Keisuke Hawashi. I got my master's from RPI in 1993, and then I use it exactly as it was supposed to be. I moved to Hollywood and became an actor. Well, I've been on Bob's Burgers, on iCarly, Cyberpunk 2077, and more than 200 other roles. Now, to be honest, I actually did find time to use my RPI degree properly. I have worked at IBM and NCR, AT&T, and T, and the New York State government, and I've also served as director of communications for a 400-person summer music camp. I'm here today to share one of the most enjoyable truths that I've discovered in life, that having a great imagination really makes work fun, especially when you can use your imagination to create new and innovative stuff on the job. Now, if you're an actor, this is all as clear as transparent aluminum, Captain. There's a Star Trek thing there. Yeah. Anyway, like on my last voice acting job, the director asked me, "What sounds would a 500-year-old traditional Chinese hopping vampire make?" Oh, and it is a zombie hopping Chinese vampire. Voila. Imagination, innovation, and there is a new sound about a Chinese hopping zombie vampire in the world now. Well, the same fun can happen in corporate America. See, when I worked at IBM back in the early 90s, my job was to revise one user manual. Back then, manuals were usually just 500 pages of engineering specs. They were dumped into a 3-ring binder that was kind of like that. So I decided it would be much more fun to make my manual better than this. But that was a real challenge. First, I had to imagine what information a real user needed, and then how to give it to them in a usable and useful and readable format. This meant I ended up redesigning every single page with new graphics, new graphic design ideas, all working within IBM Bookmaster. But when I delivered the new manual, my boss liked the innovation so much that she recommended they be applied across the entire documentation library. Using your imagination to drive innovation even applies when you're the boss. When I joined the New York State Music Camp in 2005, the place still ran on faxes and cassette tapes. So I easily imagine, I'm sure you can too, how at very little cost we could use the internet and other modernizations to make everything in this camp run better. Talking accounting, communications, even t-shirt printing. That benefited from an innovative new online ordering process. And in just 2 years, we cut expenses by 75% while doubling our enrollment and also creating some of the greatest t-shirts in the camp's 60-year history. My entire life, whenever I needed an innovative solution, I've always drawn upon my imagination. This is my favorite resource. I use it every single day, and it doesn't need anything fancy to run. It just needs like a chocolate chip cookie.